guys, welcome to one more session when BGP is not appropriate, when we should not use BGP. Okay, so in this slide, I will explain it to you. So, as I told you beginning that the BGP is a complex routing protocol. BGP is a complex routing protocol because it has a lot of features which we should remember. So if we are not sure about the functionality of the BGP, so we should not use the BGP. Okay. So in environment, if you are not sure about how to use BGP, if you do not have the proper knowledge of the functionality of the BGP, so I would like to recommend you this: do not use the BGP. Okay. Uh, the third point says a single homing environment. So what is a single homing environment? So say for an example, we have an ISP here and we have a router here, and we have a connectivity between ISP and the router R1, and we have the LAN network here. Okay, so do you think in this scenario we require to use the BGP? No, we do not need to use the BGP. We just simply use a static routing. Okay, and pointing to this interface, let's say the IP for this interface is 2.1. So we will configure this static route in this router. When a traffic will initiated from the LAN network, this router will look into the routing table. When you will see this routing is there in this routing table, you will automatically forward the traffic to the ISP. So in this kind of environment, we really do not require to use the BGP because the static routing is sufficient for this environment to forward the traffic from router 1 to the ISP. So in this environment, the BGP is not required. Okay, and next we will look into the terminology of the BGP that we will be discussing in our slides. So there are a few terms that I will be using in my lecture. So this is eBGP, iBGP, BGP peers, and BGP speakers. Okay, eBGP is nothing but which is external border gateway protocol. Okay, whenever we would like to establish a communication between two border routers, let's say R1 and R2, an autonomous system for R1 is 100 and R2 is 200. Whenever we would like to establish a communication between two autonomous systems, and how we will identify a different autonomous system with the help of the number. So in this case, we will use the BGP. Okay, and this type of communication is known as eBGP, external border gateway protocol. Okay, and what is internal border gateway protocol? It's just opposite. Okay, so let's say we have the router 1 connected to the router 2. Okay, and the autonomous system for router 1 is 100 and autonomous system for router 2 is also 100. So when we would like to establish a communication between these two autonomous systems, we have to use the protocol which is known as IBGP. Okay, internal border gateway protocol. So now the question is why we should use the IBGP. So in my next slides I will explain it to you. There's what is the difference between eBGP and IBGP. Okay, in which environment should we use the IBGP. So right now you just remember eBGP is nothing but whenever we are establishing a neighborship between two different autonomous systems, we should use the eBGP. When we are forming a neighborship between two same autonomous system, it means the same number. We can also use the BGP, which is known as IBGP, and BGP peers and BGP speakers is nothing but for R1, R2 is its peers. For R2, R1 is its peers or speakers. Okay, so BGP peers and BGP speakers is nothing but they are the neighbor of each other. Okay, and then external prefix and then internal prefix. So as the name suggests, external prefix means whenever we are getting route from outside network, it is known as external prefix. Okay, and whenever we are receiving routes from the internal network, which is known as the internal prefix. Okay, when we receive a route from the outside domain, it is known as external prefix. When we will receive it from internal domain, it is known as the internal prefix. Okay,